Well, hello my friends. Today a very difficult review to make for me because this is really, or was really a grail knife for me. And I actually never thought I'd be able to get it, but thanks to my friend Stasas23, I was able to get it at a very decent price, and a price I hardly could say no to. So I got it. And what is difficult about reviewing a knife that is a grail is, of course, that you get it and maybe it wasn't, and I definitely have to say that some of the things when I got it surprised me negatively, but still some of all its parts makes it a great thing anyway, and this is sort of how I feel about this little knife. I love it very much, and it is painful to do a review, but I'll try to stay honest. And as I said, you just have to remember that this was a gem for me, and it still is. I had been in love with it for about maybe 16 months before I was able to get my hands on one. So I have a bit of colored, I guess, views on it, but I'll try to stay honest, and that means some of the things you will hear will be negative, but still I like the knife as such, and actually I love it. I have carried it more than I ever expected. Well, I can ramble on forever. Let's take a look at it. We have a blade with a very special shape. I hope you can see it. It has sort of a harpoon shape, and of course the shape is also meant for your thumb. Flat grind, very nicely polished satin finish with a bit of an black accent on the flat surfaces, and a big hole which can be used for action, but is more or less decorative, since it is also a flipper. On top, a bit of jimping, and I think you can agree that this stock is quite thick and the blade is quite thick. As I said, a flat grind, and it is rather thick behind the edge. Not the best of slicers, but yeah, very, very sharp anyway. And then we have the finger choil down here for a nice choke up. Handle is titanium, and we have this pivot backside here with the V logo. Some love it, some hate it. I kind of like it. I think it's a very nice logo of what it is. And of course in the end here, a little tiny lanyard hole. I'm not really sure how much paracord can go through that, but it is a bit small. We turn it around, we see a not so deep carry pocket clip, and sorry lefties, this is right side tip up only carry, and pocket clip with a decent amount of room for the material in your pocket, but still it would stick up as much as like this in your pocket. V logo on the pocket clip, milled out titanium pocket clip, and we can see this is one of the older versions of V knives, the 605, which means that it was from 2016, and it has the star screws. People complain about those, but they give you the tool so that you can open this knife if you want to, which is a nice thing, and I hadn't have any problems at all with this tool. It's very easy, at least to me, to take it apart, which I have done a ton of times. I'll tell you about that in a little while, but I really took it apart a lot of times, and I had never had any issues with the tool or the screws. We can see a color around the screw here. Ergonomically, very nice in hand. I do feel the pocket clip a bit inside my hand. That would be along the base of my fingers here, but very nicely rounded off. It has some edges, but they fit very nicely into your hand, and it fits my hand forefinger grip quite nicely. So it sits very firmly and very nicely in hand. Reverse grip, almost better. And as usual with these ergonomic knives, not a very good draw cut. But this one has an extra sort of grip you can easily use. It has a finger choil and the ramp or the indent for your finger thumb here, and then you can actually have a very nice choke up. The best I can compare it with, if I can find it, is the CRKT Pilar, which also has this very nice finger choil and a nice choke up. A very nice thing for good control of the knife. And what is so nice about this knife, I've had, it is one of my most expensive knives, but it just wants to go to work. It really doesn't feel like a safe queen in any way. I have carried it in my pocket for very much and a long time, and it doesn't matter that it is originally anyway a $250 knife. It just feels like a little worker knife, and it doesn't want to, at least in my collection, it doesn't want to be a sort of a safe queen. It wants to go to work, and I have used it for everything, and that is of course a good thing. It is pretty, but it's not prettier than you can beat it around a little bit. Action wise, well, a bit snappy as hell. No real issues. You can easily open it, and you can hear the walk and talk is very nice, but it is not smooth. I'll just take it off camera and put it near the microphone. I hope you can hear it. The action sounds a bit gritty, and that's what it feels like too, but it's a bit difficult to complain because it snaps open with a lot of authority easily, and it can even be shaken down into position, and it has a very nice detail. But for a knife with ceramic ball bearings, I think it is a bit strange that it is so feeling rather gritty. Today, last but not least, let's have a size comparison. Ontario Red 1, much bigger. The Kershaw Injection, bigger as well. So this is one of the smaller Wii knives, and which is not a bad thing in my mind. All these companies should actually try to do a little smaller knife once in a while. A lot of people like that, or their laws sort of demand it. So nice. This is, as I suggested, this is one of the older Wii knives, and I remember when Wii knives sort of surfaced as a brand, I fell in love with this immediately, and the love is still there. But I also had to be honest, and it has its issues, but I still love it very much. It is a gem to me, but I can't call it a gem in general. I can easily recommend it, but you heard the faults, and you be the judge. Anyways, have a nice day, evening, whatever it is in your country. Bye bye.